If you are a woman living her best hot mess express life while simultaneously crushing it, and you're craving more clarity, purpose, and excellence, get ready because you're in the right spot. I am your host, Chelsea DeBruin-Colbert, and I want to welcome you to Season 2 of All Things Excellence, the podcast, where I'll be bringing you all the inspiration and insights your excellence-seeking heart desires. This season, I'm stepping back into chasing big, bold, and absolutely terrifying goals, sharing every honest step and misstep along the way. We're continuing our beloved Unscripted series, featuring live clarity coaching sessions with guests just like you, and diving deep into raw behind-the-scenes stories of powerhouse women founders I am wildly obsessed with, whose journeys will fuel your own. So grab your coffee, settle in, and get ready to discover just how close you are to the life your soul is calling you to create. This is All Things Excellence. Hey, All Things Excellence, ma'am. If you're a woman, which if you're listening to this, you're probably a woman, we have a treat for you today. We are going to talk about urgent versus important in the life of a woman. Dealing with the everyday stuff of urgent versus important, where you've got goals that you've got a business that you want to build, you've got a life that you want to go after, and every day there is like pantries that need reorganized and laundry that needs done and PTO meetings that have got to be attended to. And let's all be honest, our kids, for some reason, I would say for not having kids, like I've got everybody else's kids that I go to all their stuff. I don't know how none of the kids remember to tell any of their parents anything until 15 minutes before. So we're always, do you feel that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We homeschool and it still happens.
She's like, I'm in charge of this chaos train. Like, what is happening here? So I've got my friend who we're in our networking group together, but she is a mom of 4 who homeschools. And okay, say what your business is, because I won't say it right.
Oh, my business's name is My Joyful Horizons. I do Eden energy work. I do CFT, which is working with fascia. I help people to just let go, especially of emotions and tension and all the stuff that we just tend to hold on to for life.
Yes. She's absolutely incredible at it. And I love that you can teach a lot of really cool little tools. You have a lot of tiny little tools that you can teach people on just for kids and adults. And so I highly recommend that going and checking out her stuff. I think anybody would really, really benefit from it. So basically, guys, what we're talking about today is she's trying to figure out how to make time for work with her 4 kids, homeschool, all the activities. They started back. Allegedly, there were going to be these pockets of time where you were supposed to get to work on your business, but the pockets are disappearing fast, you said.
Yes.
Right?
Constantly.
Yes.
There's always something that pops up because, kids and husband and just house and life and everything.
Like, oh my gosh, I was actually going to sit down for 15 minutes and create this social media post, but my dog just threw up. And so, now here we are, we're cleaning the rug and we're checking on the dog and I'm making her some chicken and rice. Like that was last week. For some reason, she was just, who knows what she did? I don't know. The wind blew wrong. So I get it. Like, there's always things, right?
Yeah, it's all the time.
There's just always something. And I said to, I don't know. I've had a lot of appointments in the last couple of days. I'll just say somebody.
Yeah.
I said to somebody in the last 48 hours, okay, but that's just life. That's life. It was last night. I said, that's life. Like you're going to have to figure out how to be successful within the chaos of life. And a big part about that is navigating this urgent versus important. And the biggest thing that you said was, even if I had the time, I don't know what I would have done with it anyways.
Right. Because it's like, what's the next thing that's going to come? And do I just need to wait for that instead of, okay, how can I use this sudden hour because somebody got an activity canceled or, it just for whatever reason, something pops up and there is time, then it's like, well, now what?
Yeah. Now what? Like, okay, I want to grow my business, but how does I want to grow my business and I just got a free 30 to 45 minutes of time translate into what activity and action should I take to go after the business?
Yeah.
Right. And one of the things that you mentioned one of the things was all these different things that were popping up throughout the week where you were having to do all these little things, and it was all the urgent stuff, right? Like the urgent things, the little fires that you were having to put out. And I was thinking, gosh, I wonder what her business goals are and what she's supposed to be doing, because it seems like it's pretty easy for her to sabotage. But it's really easy for us to sabotage when we don't have a direct plan. So if we don't know, what am I supposed to be doing, right? When our yeses are planned, our nos are easy. Well, if we don't know what the yeses are, it's really easy to just go, oh, I'm going to go run over and do this activity. My husband needs this, my kid needs that, because you haven't pre-scheduled yourself to do anything else.
Right.
Right. And so it's so easy. But I said, a confused mind does nothing.
For sure.
Right.
That feels exactly right. Because it's like I'm almost expecting fires because that's what I deal with.
Yeah, you kind of
And
should
it's
though.
just, and again, it's life. It's just the way that it
You have 4
sometimes,
kids and a husband. That's a lot of
yeah,
fires to
it's
put
some,
out in a day.
I'm like, it happens. But it
Yeah.
also is like, okay, when I do get, like,
Hmm.
my husband comes home early and he's like, you've got an hour, or like the other, the earlier this week, like the science class that my kids all go to was not going on this week. And I didn't know that until like 15 minutes beforehand. And so I had this hour long pocket, or like this
Mm.
Sunday again, like where I had a break between things because one thing didn't take as long as I thought. I was like, I don't,
Yeah. But I love that because I think that that is like the crux of a small business owner. It's, oh, I have a pocket. What am I doing with it? Like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with this pocket. And so I think, you know, so so as a coach, what I would go back to is I would go back to, well, let's establish some clarity. Let's establish some clarity of like, what do you even want to do and what do you want to get out of it? So if you looked at the great lock-in thing, so the great lock-in, kids, apparently teenagers and like 20-year-olds, instead of saying, I'm just really focused right now, they say, I'm locked in. Like that's
yeah,
their verbiage, right? They say, "Oh, I'm
yeah,
locked in." You're locked in. So somebody on TikTok created this like great lock-in movement for now until the end of the year, where it's like September through December. It's called a great lock-in, where you really lock in, you get focused, you put your head down, you pick a few areas that you're like, I really want to be successful at this over this
hmm,
next time period, whatever, and then you really, really do that. Now, what I love about it is like I love the simplicity of it, of just picking a couple areas, and I always think that the 8 areas of alignment, which it's like you might have heard of the 8 areas of alignment, maybe called something different, like the wheel of life, the circle of life, whatever. And like, I don't know, there's a million people that talk about it, where it's like, the area of financial, friends, career calling, family, emotional,
yeah,
physical, spiritual,
yep,
faith. Right. So when you look at those areas of your life, and I always think like those are the 8 areas where we really need to be focusing on, like, am I in alignment in those areas with who I really know I'm supposed to be?
yeah.
And who I really strive to be, my ideal self, right? So in my most ideal world, like what do those areas look like? And so I think when you look at those different areas and then you can really flush out like, well, what do I want from those
In
different
those
areas?
areas,
And
yeah.
then you attach metrics to it. It's as simple then as looking back at that and going, well, how does this fit in? So like something so dumb as when my Wednesday Pilates instructor was no longer at my Pilates place, it was like, oh, okay, well, the person that's replacing him, I'm not getting Pilates from them. So I'm officially working out from home Monday through Thursday. I'm working out at home Monday through Thursday. Well, that changes my whole flow of everything, because on
Yeah.
Wednesdays, I had like a very set thing where I would wake up in the morning, do my quiet time. I would go to Pilates. I would sit in the sauna. I would go
There
to my
was like a rhythm that
like
you
there was
had
this
already set.
rhythm. I would literally
Yeah.
go to the restore place where I do some of their social media. I would grab a salad from Salad and Go on the way home, and I would work for 2 hours, and then I would check out for the rest of the night. And so then I was like,
Now what?
huh, okay. Well, if I'm going to be home anyways, I'm not going to make that my like go hard at like do all my life appointments and do their social media day. Like I'm going to shift all of this around so that way I always say like, how do I get the most juice out of the berries of life from these different areas? So what I did was I went and I looked at my areas of alignment and went, well, on that, what's the most important? The homeschooling stuff with your kids is top, top, top,
It's
top.
the top. Yeah. I
It
mean,
is.
it's going to take priority over other things,
Mhm.
which I'm good with at this point.
Yeah.
But when I have, again, pockets, I don't think I have a secondary priority at all. I think it's like my
Hmm.
kids are the priority and I don't even think about the other areas because my life has been
Yeah.
kids
Yeah.
and with
Because
the
how
homeschooling and all that.
you have 16, 13. What are their ages?
It's 16, 13, 10, and my youngest will be 5 this week.
Oh,
Friday.
2 to 5
So,
is my favorite age because we're so cool and they're so
yeah,
fun. And then,
we're still fun. We're still exciting. We're still,
Yay!
we're still,
I know. And
Mom!
then my two little nephews, I have a 7 and 8 year old niece and nephew, but then, and I'm not that as cool to them anymore. It's like, they have to be cool, but I still have my two 4-year-old nephews and I still hang their moon and
Oh, yeah. It's just
oh my
fun.
gosh,
They
it's
love
so
it.
fun. I
Yeah,
love it.
everything's fun. Let's dance. Let's play this. Will you read this book? Will you do this? Yeah, all
Yes.
good.
They're so easy to reframe and just have
Mhm.
joy and
Oh, yeah.
it's my favorite age. Oh gosh. Oh my,
I
soak
know.
that up. Soak that up. Okay. So your number one priority is family homeschool, right? Like it's creating that environment. And I absolutely love that. And I think that I've heard you talk about this before in group settings. I feel like you've got that so locked up and locked in. Like,
I do. I feel like that's, and
do you feel like you're like, I got my crap together there? Like that.
I feel like, yeah, like, or, and if it shifts for some reason, it's like, okay, we're shifting. Like every time there's a new school year, it's like, okay, activities, time shifts,
Mm-hmm.
the interest shift and all that. And it's like, okay, we know, like, okay, you can have 2 activities each. What are your priorities? Let's see what we can get done. And it's like, these are the subjects we have to cover. Let's make a plan. Here's what we need to get, blah, blah. And then it takes about 2 or 3 weeks, but just like in a school, like it's like getting that
Going.
rhythm going. But then once we have it, it's there for the year
We're good
until
to
the
go.
next school year or until something major shifts for some
Okay.
reason.
Okay. Very cool. So you feel good about that. You feel good about like you guys are good about the structure and that you set up and when you're doing what you're doing and how you're doing.
Yeah.
Good to
And
go.
I also like, I'm so excited that my son is 16 because I think that I will find some more pockets now. He will be getting his license, I'm
Hmm.
hoping in the next week to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of activities that he can then drive to because he and one sibling do it together. And I won't have to go.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
not, it's not yet because we don't, like, he still has to take the test and we have to get him like everything he needs for that. But
Soon.
it's on the horizon and it's soon.
You're like, I can feel it, I can taste it, I can smell it, and I can taste it.
Yeah. It's
Like I
right
absolutely love
there.
so close. I do think, like God, universe, whatever y'all want to say, I think that God has such a great way of preparing mothers to let their kids drive because they're like, go, put your
Well, no,
seatbelt on and have a good
it's
time.
it's so funny to talk to other parents because I have so many friends, and
Hmm.
I don't want to get into this because it's like a generational thing, but so many don't want to drive. And
Hmm.
then they're so nervous for their kids to drive. And I am like, because he was kind of in that where he was like, I don't know if I want to learn. And I looked at
Yeah.
him and I was like, do you love your activities? And he was like, well, yeah, I don't want to stop going. And I was like, then you will learn to
Then
drive
you will learn.
because you will be driving there because I will not be, or at least not as often. And so for me, I'm
Yeah.
like, yes.
Yes.
And most of the parents are like, oh, it's so nerve wracking. I'm like, I'm
Uh,
good. I'm
uh,
good.
no, I mean, I was the one who was super scared to drive, and my mom was like, I'm sorry,
Hmm.
but this whole me dropping you off at band practice at 5:30 in the
Yes.
morning thing, like, I'm
It's
not
not
doing it
happening
anymore. So if
anymore.
you want to go, you're gonna have to take driver's ed and learn how to drive. I was
Yep.
like, right. So I okay. All right. No choice, none. Great. Awesome. Baby bird fly. You
Yeah.
just got kicked out of the nest.
It's pretty much where we're at. So it's just a matter of like he's
Oh.
got one more drive with the
Oh,
school that we signed him up with.
yeah.
And then once they certify him through that, then he can take the official test and get his license. So we're literally like within 2 weeks or less.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like timing.
Oh gosh, like you can taste it.
Well, yeah,
You can
totally.
you can actually smell
Absolutely.
the wind blowing. Okay, this is so awesome. So more pockets are going to be coming just literally around the corner. This is awesome. Okay, so now we're down to the thing where I mean, so next do you feel like my number one priority is homeschool and then do you feel like your second priority is you do want to get your business going more up and going more and more consistently?
Yeah, I would love to have just, I would love to have like 2 set days where I work, which I kind of already have, but I just don't have consistent people because I've always piecemealed it. And so I'm trying to get to where they're consistently on those days. And I would also love to teach classes. And I have one class I've already created, which I've taught a couple of times. And I need to teach again, or I not need, I want to teach again, but I struggle so much with that scheduling that it's like, will it fit here? Will it fit here? Will it fit here? And it's constantly like this bobblehead.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, and I think that's hard. Like I will say, so right now I have a weekly meeting that I lead on Monday nights. And it was really hard for me to set that, knowing that when soccer season comes in December with my husband's team, that there's some Monday night games. Like I can already see it. And so I had to, in my head, plan ahead and go, okay, on those Monday nights, I'm going to have a guest trainer come in. Or if like I was in your situation, then I would,
yeah,
move it, whatever.
yeah,
And so I think it's like allowing ourselves to create a framework, knowing there's going to be every now and then there's just going to be
yeah,
weeks where it just doesn't work out because it is what it is, right?
yeah,
With the book club, it's like I'm like, oh, every Tuesday and every second and fourth Tuesday of the month we're going to do our book club Zoom. Okay, well, what if Christmas is on Tuesday?
right, exactly. Yeah.
Obviously, we're not doing the fourth Tuesday, guys. Like, hello,
Well, and
you know,
I think that some of that too is like, okay, now that we're in school and doing everything we're doing, I finally have the dates for things, which I didn't have 2 weeks ago.
yeah, yeah,
And so now I could probably schedule it a little bit easier because now I know when football games are. I know when their Latin classes are. I know when their
everything is.
the auditions and plays are going to be. I know like I have, and some things will obviously shift and will be added in and blah blah blah. And my husband is supportive, so he's like, if we have enough notice that this is when you're going to do it, I can probably help or we can find somebody to help. But sometimes it's like that. For me, that notice is like, well, now I have this weekend free. I could teach the class, but it's only 3 days away, so I can't get enough people to come.
Yeah. You know what? You know what though? Honestly, maybe you could.
I might be able to.
I
That might be more of just a mental, like I'm used to
I think
signing
it
up for
is.
classes like way in advance, and I realize people probably don't do that as much
No,
anymore.
no. Somebody that belongs to my book club, we were on this morning, and she has this monthly event, and she always puts it out way ahead of time. And she said, like, everybody basically, like, she puts it
Signs up like
way
2 days
ahead.
before.
There's only 12 spots, super limited. So, like, she even has like a huge sense of urgency, right?
Yeah.
And she even tries to close the registration like 5 days ahead because there's
Hmm.
food at it so she can get dietary needs. But at the
Yep.
end of the day, she's like, I get the most registrations like 36 to 48 hours out. It just is what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm so guilty of that because I have to go, do I have enough energy to go to that tomorrow?
Right. Yeah. And I
And
can see like there's a lot of people who need that, like the sense of urgency, like it's coming and now I actually have to make a
I
decision.
have to make a decision if I'm going to do
And
this or
then
not.
do I have the time and energy?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And I think it's asking yourself even with that. So, okay, so within this, I think the first thing that you need to do, I know that home because kids in homeschool come ahead of everything. I feel like you have kind of always looked at business goals, and you can correct me, but like I feel like your business goals have always been like, well, whatever I can make happen.
yes. And I think
Is
what
that
I
fair?
need now is to actually have goals so that when I can chip away at them,
Yes.
when I do have these times, and as my kids are shifting into older where they just don't need me
Mm-hmm.
as much, like
Yeah.
that I actually have things I can do,
Yeah.
like.
It's time. Do you feel like it's time?
I think, yeah, I think that was like I had a lot of frustration in the spring and even a little bit this summer because it felt like the kids are getting older. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously I have a 5-year-old, so I'm not out of like little kid taken
Yeah.
care of. Like she's my responsibility, not my other kid's responsibility. But I also have two of them now that can do so much for themselves. And I have one that's almost there,
Yeah.
and so it's
Like
like,
she can get dressed. Like she can get herself a
yeah,
snack.
no, yeah, my 5-year-old can go, she gets herself dressed, she gets in the shower, she asks for food from whoever is in the kitchen. It doesn't always have to be just me.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of things that she is,
Yeah.
able to
Self-sufficient.
get. And my 10-year-old again is kind of on that fence where it's like he can't reach everything, so he still needs help, but he kind of knows what he needs.
But it's that there is a different energy to that. I have a coaching client that she is an empty nester and she's talking a lot about midlife and what
Mhm.
that's like. And we've been kind of writing out the framework of a book. And she was like, the energy, the mental energy that when your kids are no longer there, just to go like, are you alive? Have you eaten? Do you have clothes
Yeah,
on? Are you coming home?
it's different.
Where are your socks?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
And
a
so
big
the
one.
older they wear your socks, the older they get, I think it is being slowly chipped away where you do get to regain a little bit of your mental bandwidth because it's not literally like, do I need to change your diaper? Like,
No, and I'm out of that, out
yeah,
of that
you're
phase.
out
And
of,
I feel like I think I could tell the shift was coming because of the driving.
mm, yeah,
But it's not here yet, so the shift hasn't happened, even though like I'm ready
yeah,
for the shift. But I still have to wait for him to actually have his license. So
yeah.
I think that's where like some of the frustration and the I don't know what to do when these pockets happen. Like I
Okay.
really just don't know
Genuinely
how
don't
to
know what
use
to do
them to be productive, whether it's for my business or just for things that need to be done
in
that
life.
come up that
Mhm.
aren't urgent, like an
Mm,
emergency. Oh, we are late and we have to get somewhere. It's like, oh, I am doing this remodel of a pantry and I would like to actually get it finished. So can I focus my time on that? And how can I do that?
yeah. So one activity that I love having people do you ever do a brain dump?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So when I think of a brain dump, I do a brain dump every single night. Every night before I go to bed, I sit down and I have a specific little notebook. I print them out every month and I bind
Hmm.
them. But you really can just take a notebook. Like you could have a brain dump notebook. And the exercise of it, which I feel like is totally in line with what you do with life, anyways, it's like
Yeah.
sitting down every single night before bed and literally brain dumping out every single thing that you possibly could because then you're going to
Sure.
sleep better,
Yeah.
right? Your brain's going to rest, your body's going to rest, whatever. So, one thing that I love to do in my brain dump worksheet is kind of saying, like, is it urgent? Is it important? Does it need to happen this week or can it happen next week?
Yeah.
Checking that box of urgency in this
Hmm.
moment of like, is it urgent? Is it important? Does it need to happen this week? Does it need to happen next week?
Right.
So then when you go, oh, I have 15 minutes, like you can go to your brain dump notebook, which some of you might need to just make it in a note in your phone because you,
Yeah.
you can't even, the idea of the notebook, keeping track of the notebook. So it doesn't matter. Create a note on your phone, okay? So you have
Yeah.
this never-ending brain dump list that you add to before you go to bed every night, and you go to
Hmm.
that and you go, okay, I have 15 minutes. What on here is the most important? That would probably take about 15 minutes. And then the key with that is actually being really honest with yourself. Where I am a recovering, I used to be really, like, I used to be 15 to 20 minutes late to everything.
Yeah. I
What
can
the
relate.
reason
Yep.
is,
Because everything takes longer than you think.
and I always, I'm like, I can fit one more thing in. I can do one more task.
This
And
thing
that
is going to take 30 minutes. I can do it in 15. No
And
problem.
actually, yeah, I used to think like, oh, I can get ready in 20 minutes. That is a lie. I don't even, because I'm like, I don't even really wear makeup. Like, I just like color my brows, put some mascara on, and I straighten my hair. Well, for some reason, I just don't do it. Honestly, it doesn't even, and get ready. For some reason, it takes me 45 minutes. I think it's a mental thing. I think I get really deep in my own thoughts.
Hmm. But you need the time. That's part of it. It's like the getting ready is just part of that
Yes.
whole
So
thing.
be real with yourself about how much time these tasks are going to take. So one, I think it is getting into your evening brain dump activity. I think that would help you with these random pockets where you're like, okay, like I have an hour. What? I don't even know what to do. Okay, go
Yeah.
straight, teaching yourself the habit of going straight to that brain dump list that you're making every single night and going, what can I do? Because sometimes it's dumb things. Like you're getting ready to go to bed and you're like, shoot, I need to book the dentist appointments. Dang it, I didn't do that today. So you add that to the brain dump list as important and urgent,
Hmm.
maybe even has to be done this week, not next week. You're like, I had contacts. Well, last week it was important that I get a contact appointment. This week it was urgent because I've only got
Yeah.
10 days left. So it
Yeah.
moved.
It
It, mo-
shifted.
it shifted in importance, so I went and had my contact appointment today, and I said, "Can you guys just be so proud of me? I'm in here, and I don't even need a trial set. I've got a whole 10 days left." And they were like,
That's so funny. I've never thought to do a brain dump like that. We always do them for emotions. And like, is it my emotion? Is it somebody else's emotion? Am I
"Uh-huh."
carrying it forward? Have I let it go? Why am I still thinking about it?
brain dumping to do this. I swear to y'all, if there is one thing that you ever take away from anything at all that I ever talk about that you could do, a habit that could change your life, it would be
Mhm.
the nightly brain dump of that crap right there. It is
I like
the
that. Yeah.
it is the eye doctor appointments and the dentist appointments. And it is like one of the things I needed was like, I'm like, oh my gosh, when I went to Costco, I didn't get Chloe more food. So like that was on the urgent brain dump
Yeah.
list because she's only going to be fine for the next 5 days. Well, I go to Costco for my eye doctor appointment. So that worked out really well for me today. Got to get her, got to get her food while I was at Costco. But you know what I mean? Like it was important last week. And then when I forgot to pick it up at Costco, it moved to urgent.
Urgent.
So
Yeah.
having that on that brain dump list, and then I actually have this giant brain dump list, and then every day I sit down and I write down what are the three most important things that have to happen today. So I have a brain dump list. And then I actually created a little sheet on Canva, which you guys can get versions of it on my website for free,
Okay.
where I have like home, work, home, whatever, family, whatever. I like have them sectioned off so I can go, okay, here's my brain dump list. Like, let me plug some of these into the different blocks today. So then it's a little less overwhelming. And then out of all the things, I go, what are the three most important things? Like, these three things have to happen today. And I
Yeah.
write those like as three most vital things. And because those are the urgent things.
Those
Like,
are the crux. Yeah.
you gotta hit these today. And sometimes, guys, it's literally like it is a business thing where some people might look at that and go, that's not one of your
It's
top
not
three.
urgent. Yeah.
It
Why you have
doesn't
that on
look
there?
urgent, but here's what I know according to my goals. So something for me can be like booking appointments. Like if I'm not networking or booking appointments, while some people might think, oh, that's not urgent. Okay, if I'm not networking, I have no leads to book appointments. And if I'm not booking appointments,
Then yeah,
well,
there's no movement.
my husband also works in education. There's like no car or house or food.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you mean teachers don't get anything? What are you talking about?
My gosh, he doesn't make $1 million a year. Oh my God, you're kidding me, right? My mom was like, his education costs more than he's going to make a year. And I'm like, we don't want to talk about that. Let's not talk.
Yeah, no. I
Costs
know.
twice as much as he
I
makes a year.
used to teach. I'm well aware.
Oh, Arizona's extra special on
Oh,
that whole
extra,
situation.
extra special. Yes.
Extra special. So yeah, so that evening brain dump that really helps. And so it's you get to decide, like nobody gets to tell you what your three most important things are that you have to do
Mhm.
today. Like
Yeah.
you got to decide that for yourself, knowing on where you're going. So I think that's one thing. One, I think you need to really integrate this evening brain dump activity. And then two, let's pick some goals.
Yeah.
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 What do you want? Real quick, before we dive back in, I want to share something with you I created for women who feel like they're growing but are still doing it alone. And if that's you, this is for you. I've never felt so aligned and so alone, is the message I kept hearing more and more as more women were falling in love with their life, doing what they were born to do through my clarity coaching. They were craving that like-minded, iron-sharpening iron relationship with other women who were as focused, powerful, and as determined to be positive as they were. And that is why I created the Growth Collective. It's our All Things Excellence book club where you don't have to read the book because audio and PDF cliff notes are provided for you. There's a community for you to connect and network with other growth-minded women, plus 2 monthly Zooms where you receive connection and live coaching from me. Head over to chelseadbc.com/book club to join us. All right, now let's get back into it because what you're hearing today is exactly why spaces like the Growth Collective exist. We were never meant to grow alone. Like if you could have anything between now and January 1st with your business, what is that? Like, what does it look like? Is it a financial goal? Is it a number of clients goal? Is it,
That's such a good question. I think,
yeah.
what
It,
if
it
I
can
could
be
have
it can be a feeling, and then we can
no,
go to
yeah.
metrics from the feeling. So it can be a feeling, it can be a thing, it can be an
Like
amount.
when I think about it, I definitely there's financial goals. I don't have like I feel like I just want to feel like there's success and movement forward as far as
Mhm.
finances. That's kind of it. I don't really have a number at this moment.
Yeah. I
But to
want to
me,
feel success and movement progress.
yeah, progress. I think for me, what that looks like is that I have, so right now, Sundays and Fridays are kind of my work days. Um, those are the days that I don't have activities with the kids. And so those are my days to do what I need to. And
You say
Those are my
Fridays,
routines.
Sundays and
Friday,
Fridays?
Friday and Sunday. Yeah.
Sundays and Fridays. Okay, and I feel like this is probably a yes. Is it safe to say if you went to your kids and your husband and said, "Okay, I have goals and they have been defined. I've always had goals, but now I've actually defined the goals, you know. Look at me. I've defined my goals. These are my goals. In order to hit them by January 1st, I need to work Sundays and Fridays." Now we're not going
That
to be
would be,
legalistic. It's not,
it,
let's not get wild and crazy.
yeah.
Like I would say, like don't be legalistic about it. Like don't be weird about it. But you know, for the most part, you want to work on Sundays and Fridays. And so, hey guys, if you have an activity,
That's already a supported thing.
yeah,
So those are set. It's more now just getting, I guess, figuring out a way to get
like these are like
myself out there so that I
the
have more clients coming those days.
okay. So family is already like they already know. Like they already know the
Yeah,
boundaries.
Sundays are always mine. That's not even a question. The only time that shifts is if there is, like, this weekend is my daughter's birthday, so I wouldn't work on this Sunday.
Yes, obviously.
So
I'm like, let's not be legalistic, guys. Like, don't be weird.
yeah.
I always say, like, Sundays are my sailor day. Like, I do not work. Like, my goal is always to not get out of my pajamas on Sunday. But obviously, sometimes I have work conferences on Sunday. Like, what am I going to do now? Go to the
What
work
do you, yeah,
conference? I know
exactly.
that there are religions that they actually, like, stay in the hotel and they
Yes.
just go to the thing. That's so cool. That is not me. I actually just go to the you know, so, like, we don't have to be
So
legalistic about it.
yeah, that's so generally Sundays are mine and Fridays are mine. And that's kind of set. There's really not, again, if there's something like, my son has a one-off game or whatever, that
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
fine.
stuff.
So
Um,
within that, like what would it look like? What would it look like for you to feel success and movement and progress between now and January 1st? Is it how many appointments you're
yeah,
holding? Is it
it
how
would
many
definitely
classes
be
you're
like,
doing?
ideally, I think I would like to have, like, if I could see 5 people on Sunday, up to 6 or even 7 people, but 5 feels like the right number on Sunday. And then at least 3 on Friday, going up to 5 or 6 on Friday. That would feel really like steady success is maybe what the best term is like where it's just
Yeah,
continuous.
yeah.
And then being able to like teach a class maybe once every
How
once a
frequently?
month sounds too much, but like once every 6 or 8 weeks
So,
where
well, let's pick how many. So between
okay,
now and the end of the year, do you feel comfortable doing two, three, or four classes?
definitely 2, possibly 3. 4 feels like I'd be jamming it.
Yeah, because I think for you, because you're like, I don't want to necessarily do one class a month. I'm not quite sure what I want that to look like. I think you need to look at like Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, right? Businesses are really cyclical. So looking at the quarter,
Quarter, yeah.
yeah, and going, okay, so for this quarter, this is what I want this to look like. Like I always say, like even with family, one of my goals is that I always get home to see the kids 3 to 4 times a year. Well, sometimes I'm home in 4 times between like January and May, and then I
Yeah.
might not get home to see the kids the rest
Again
of
until
the
Christmas. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's just how it is.
Mhm.
And so I think it's, getting grounded around and going, okay, so it is September 9th and January 1st, but you're probably not going to have classes after like December 10th.
Probably not
Is
just
that fair
with
to say?
holidays and stuff like that. Yeah.
I
Something. Yeah.
no, I
I
feel.
would say, yeah.
I feel like I can get people to do classes and things through December 10th. And once
Yeah.
December 10th hits, it's game over.
It's really hard. Yeah.
They're
Just
going to
too much, too
every
busy, too crazy, too much
concert,
Christmas,
Christmas
all the
party,
stuff. Yeah.
shopping, whatever.
Yep.
You essentially have between September 10 and December 10. So you have whatever that is. What is that, 90 days? I think it's 90 days.
Yeah. I think so.
You have 90 days. Okay, so within 90 days, how many classes would you feel comfortable
I
with?
feel like 2 would be good because I feel again like 3 would be pushing it because that's once a month. And it's like, I don't
A little
know
bit
that
much?
I can
Okay.
commit to that, but twice I could probably do.
Okay. What? Ooh. What? I think you need to talk to Savannah. Her Saver Society that she does the monthly thing. Like I've went and taught on the Enneagram. Stacey Faust
Oh,
is going to teach on human design.
yeah.
She
Yeah.
did cookie decorating last month.
Okay. Maybe at
I
the next meeting we can do that.
Yes, I think that would be because I'm going because it's exposure, right? Like classes are really great because they create exposure and they lead to clients.
Yep.
Right? That's how I feel about
Yeah.
Enneagram classes. It's
Hmm.
not like I hang my whole world on the Enneagram, but it is a really great exposure to,
Right. Because people see you and talk to you and get an idea of what goes on. Yeah,
yeah,
for
they
sure.
connect with you. They're like, I know, like, and trust you. I want to work with you.
Yep.
Okay, so what would the topic of your classes be? You have two classes that you're doing between now and December 10th. What are the topics?
So I would personally, I have a class already that I've created and taught. So
Mhm.
I would just do that one twice because it's
Yeah.
all about calm. It's like
Okay.
creating calm in your body, learning the basics of calm and like how to start touching it.
Oh, so it's basically called creating calm in your body.
I called it connecting to calm. That's what I called it.
Gosh, I'm texting Savannah the moment we're off of here. Because I'm like, pick her and um charge me. Yeah, like I because she serves so at it, she serves dinner.
Yeah, I remember her. Which we've talked about that a
Uh-huh.
couple times. That's super cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I okay, connecting to calm. Okay, so we're doing both two connecting to calm classes. I think with your classes, do you normally just one off do them and host them, or how does that normally work?
Yeah, usually I just have them. So this particular class is like 2 hours.
Yeah,
And like I usually just have people come and I have tables set up because we do work on each other to feel the calm
yeah,
as we go through the different parts of the body and on all of that. And then we do a trade at the end so that everybody gets to feel what we did, but to do
yeah.
it like to actually
Do it.
feel the body relax into it instead of like having to, hold your own
Yeah.
space.
Okay, so within this, do you have a place that you always have it?
Yeah, so I have a location for Friday and for Sundays. It's the gym where my husband works. There's no
No way.
trainers there. Yeah, there's no trainers there on Sunday, and usually their trainers on Friday are gone by noon, two at the latest. So that's why I could do two or three people on Friday afternoons pretty
Okay.
easily.
Would you feel comfortable picking the days?
Not at the moment. I totally would have to have a calendar in front of me because I don't have my kids' like schedules fully memorized yet.
Yes.
I will have them memorized. I
Yes.
haven't had them memorized yet.
Okay. So which I'm sure you have something. What I'm gonna tell all y'all listening is Kobe and I have like mastered the art of using the Google Calendar. We have, it's y'all, it's so beautiful. Like we even have different colors for like the different categories, and
Mhm.
some of them he just has on his and some of them I just have on mine, and we invite each other into them. My assistant is invited. I have a schedule at chelseadbc.com
Mhm.
where all of my booking manages all my booking stuff, and it's like on attached to my executive assistant and I because she manages my calendar and
Mhm.
reminds me of things that I'm forgetting. But we have like the different calendar notes in Google, and like you can assign different things and turn them on and turn them
Right.
off.
Yep.
So like somebody could go. Actually, this is what happened. A few weeks ago, I was going to run a retreat in October, and she messaged me and she said, "Hey, long story short, is there any way that you can do the retreat January 30th to February 2nd?" And I was able to literally open up our calendar, which has all of my work stuff, all of our family stuff, scrolled on to January 30th, which is my birthday. So immediately I did know that. She does not know that offhand,
Yeah.
but I was like, it's fine. And I got to look and go, oh, okay. So I'm running the logistics of the treat. Let's see. We are actually having senior night that night. So as long as you can get me to the Phoenix airport by
Mhm.
4 o'clock,
Then we can do this.
I can do it.
Yeah.
And it's because it's in Florida. So it's like a
Yeah.
haul. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I need first flight out on Monday and I can
Mhm.
do it. And she was like,
Yeah.
we can do that.
Done.
We can make that happen.
Yeah.
But I knew that. I'm like, clear February 2nd. Like I knew that I was booked in February 2nd because
Well, and actually have a physical written calendar where everything is and
that's
that
what
everybody has access to, but I just don't have it here.
right here in front of you. Yes. So we used to do that, and then now that he's not in the home, we did switch to
Yeah.
that. So if
Yeah, it
anybody
makes
needs
sense.
that, yes. Otherwise, I do miss my physical
Yeah.
color-coded
I
calendar.
I we've talked about doing that a little bit. I like my physical one because the kids go to it and they add their stuff as well, which we just
Oh,
don't have phones for everybody. Like not everybody has, my
yeah,
kids don't have electronics yet. So even
yeah.
though he's 16, he doesn't have a phone.
I love that.
So I like that's where the paper calendar or like a
Then
board is great because
that's
they
awesome.
can go in and be like, oh, can we do this? And oh, this is written here. And like my daughter just went and erased 3 things that she just changed her schedule on and just told
Yeah.
me she was doing it. So
I love that. I love that. I have a friend that has that skylight calendar. Have you
I've
heard of
seen
that? And
that.
then you get to add
Yeah.
chores. I'm like, "Pfft, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Like
I've seen it. I've been looking at it. I'm debating.
okay, my friend swears it's so cool because she loves that she can like preload chores on it.
Oh,
And now
nice.
I've heard multiple moms doing this and loving this calendar because they can preload chores and the kids like ching 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 get to check off that they did their
Oh,
chores for the
okay.
day.
I didn't know that part of it. That might be a check
I
check.
mean,
Like
because at
forget
first I
it.
was like, this is so dumb. Like we have an iPad in our kitchen, like we can look at the calendar.
Yeah.
And then when I heard the whole chore checklist thing, I was like,
Yeah, I could see that.
okay, this is neat. I mean, okay, I kind of like this. Okay, so our goal is so how many clients do you feel like you're having on average on Sundays and Fridays right now? Like, do you feel like you have
It's
an
so
average?
it's
Is it
so
all
hit
over?
or miss. Like I'll have a Sunday where I'm seeing like I literally see 5 or 6 people in that one day, and then I'll have like 3 or 4 weeks where it's one person.
Okay. Okay.
So there's no, I guess that's what I'm looking for is just I don't and part of it is it's a little hard with my business because my goal is to not have people come back to me.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, that's
And
clarity
so
coaching. That is,
yeah,
yeah. Like I'll have people sometimes for up to 6 sessions, but then the goal is to like fly birdie fly.
right, exactly. And so same thing, like I'll have people who want to come until whatever the main issue that they're working on is
Yeah.
feeling resolved or is gone.
Yeah.
And then they may come just to feel better or they may have something else happen and then they're coming back, but it's not like I am not a doctor. I
You're
don't
not a
want people
therapist. You've
coming to,
got
yeah,
this.
I don't want people coming to me every week for 2 years and not getting anything from it. I want them to feel better. I'm giving them things to do so that whatever shift we've created during the
Yeah.
session is hopefully holding for longer and longer periods. So
So
I
networking
think
is big.
the networking is big, like getting I guess getting just my name out there
Yeah.
and
Networking
um
and lead gen
yeah.
are big. Okay. They're very important. So my thing with that was, I know you said on Sundays you'd love to have 5 to 7 appointments and Fridays you'd love to have 3 to 5 appointments. So I wondered if a really great goal from now till January 1st, remember, we're just going now to January
Yeah.
1st, would be
Yeah.
where you're like, all I want to do between now and January 1st is work or December 10th, whatever. I
Hmm.
just want to get to this point where I consistently every single Sunday have no less than 5 appointments. Every single
Right.
Friday have no less than 3 appointments.
Yeah. Yes.
Because
That would be
you can
amazing.
go over, like that's
Yeah.
awesome. You have the capacity, you're great with it. But sometimes I think it's like there's a stretch goal, and then there's like sometimes we can tend to set goals that are so big, it's okay when we miss them.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's where like the 5 would be ideal, the 7 would be
Awesome.
doable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be yeah,
Yeah. So
exactly.
like 5 is the moon and seven's the stars. Three is
Yeah.
right, 3 to 5. So creating that consistency where it's like you might not have 7 every week, but 5 every week is your dead minimum. And for Fridays, 3 every week is your dead minimum. Okay. And then the 2 classes, I'm just going to encourage you tonight to look at your schedule and pick the dates for the 2 classes and text me the dates
Okay.
just so you have them for a little bit of accountability. So here's what I look at. When I look at that, I go, okay, I would make a list and go, if my life goal is to have 5 and 3 weekly appointments, and my other goal is to have these 2 classes, how many people can you have in the classes?
Um I think I have it's based on the number of tables I have. I believe I have 6 tables, so
Okay.
12.
12. Okay. So with 12 max in attendance, tell me what you feel like are the 3 most important things for you to get appointments booked with people for your Sundays having 5 people and Fridays having
Mhm.
3. Like what are 3 things that you can do that really help to make sure that you're having appointments get booked?
I think that's where I get stuck too is because what I need is for people to know what I do, and have such a hard time telling people what I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm what I do is so kind of outside the realm of even outside the realm of alternative that like people say acupuncture, and they're like, oh, I know what you do, and I'm like, I do energy work, and then they're like, oh, do you work for an energy company? And I'm like, no.
No, I do not work for SRP. I think what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to start gathering, oh my gosh, I want to call them affirmations, and then I want to call them referrals. What's it called? You know what I mean? Like, things like you can put on your website. Like, if
Like an elevator speech or like a
well,
tagline or
no,
something
it's like
like
I
that.
went to you, and like I have them on my website. People have given them.
Like
Yes,
yeah, I know what you're
yes,
talking about.
that.
The when people review you,
Yes,
basically.
reviews, client reviews, client reviews.
Yeah.
Because, okay, so here's the thing. People don't have to know what you do. I help with social media for a wellness center that does muscle testing. I'm sorry, there
Mhm.
is nothing there. Like, if
I do it too, so I know exactly. Yeah, I know.
there you go. Like, you can't even, people don't need to know what muscle testing is. They all, like, this is what I'm telling you. It is not telling people what muscle testing is that gets people booked to muscle testing and why Larry is booked through November. It is telling how people feel after they've met with him. And so I
Okay.
think you need buckets of client reviews.
And I think I have like 10 or I think I have about 10, 8 or 10 already because I've put them up on Instagram,
Mhm.
but I don't know what else to do with them.
Yeah.
And I also definitely have that like I don't want to brag thing.
You need to get over
And
that.
so,
You got to
yeah,
be
I
your biggest
know.
raving fan in business, man.
I
And
know.
you got to, here's like two tips in business. You have to be madly in deep, wild 13-year-old summer love with your offers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Madly in deep, 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 deep love with your offers. And you have to be your biggest raving fan.
Yeah.
Because no one else is going to be your biggest raving fan until you are. Like when you can be your biggest raving fan, and you have to be really obsessed with your offers, because if your offers are off and you're not fully sold out on them, or you don't even quite know them, you don't know how to quite say them. I found that with when I figured out I had this offer called the alignment edit, and people are like, what is the alignment edit? And I'm like, basically, you pay this flat fee, and you and I get 6 sessions. You can book them back to back to back, or you can book them as long as 4 weeks out, and you get
Hmm.
in between session support as well. So basically, in a matter of 6 sessions with in between session support, I'm going to help you pour your brain out on the table, organize it. We're going to clear your thoughts. We're going to help your emotions. We're going to create business strategy. I'm going to give you accountability, and I'm going to be there for you in between sessions when you're like, does this look okay? Should I
Yeah.
post this? Should I tweak this? And so basically, where you want to go, I'm going to get you there. And people are like,
Hmm.
I want that. That's what I want.
Yeah.
But I will say, I had that offer on my website for, I don't know, 6 months before I ever sold one.
Hmm.
And then when I sold one and I did it with someone, and then I realized like what I did, I was able to really put verbiage to it. And then I became so
Okay.
obsessed with it because of the result.
Okay.
That I can
That
create
makes
so
sense.
much clarity and structure and to help a woman get to where she really, really wants to go.
Yeah.
And then I'm obsessed with it because I'm obsessed with the result because all I want to do is help more women have clarity and get where they want to go. So
Yeah.
nobody's a bigger raving fan of that offer than me. And
Yeah.
I'm
That makes
obsessed
sense.
with it.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I wasn't selling any offers until I became
Hmm.
really obsessed with it. I was having a really hard time moving from this place where I was always like a free coach in direct sales into this place where it's like, okay, I have all these certifications. Like I am like an actual real coach. I'm not saying
Yeah.
I'm a coach. Like I'm actually a coach who has coached women for 15 years. Like this is real. That was a hard shift for me.
Yeah.
But I had to fall in love with that. I had to fall in love with myself and my offers.
Yeah, I'm working on both of I think that that's a struggle for me. So
Hmm.
that's something I have to
Yeah.
just I have to be okay with saying I am 100% okay with saying what I do,
Hmm.
but being able to like I don't know, say that I'm good at it, which I am really
You
good
are
at
really good at
it.
it.
It's hard to say.
Yeah,
Like
you are
that's the
really
part
good at
that's
it.
I
Yeah.
am really good at it. I help a lot of people with a lot of different things, but saying that feels like I should say
But you
that.
should, like, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to. You know, my brother he owns a company that does a lot of things. They have like, it started as a diesel mechanic shop that then he added on the auto body and he's got tires and he's got
Mhm.
now he has a parts shop attached to it and he has like 5 tow trucks. So now he tows the cars to his place
Yeah.
where he can actually fix them. I mean, what? And then he got a semi tower, so now he tows the semis and he fixes the semis. I mean,
Yeah.
good Lord, talk about full service. And it really all started because at 8 years old, there was literally nobody better than that 8-year-old boy to fix a lawnmower. No
Yeah.
one could fix a lawnmower better than Brett. And he's like 8 years old. And everybody knew it. And he knew it. And so he's always been his biggest raving fan of like, if you can't figure out what's wrong with your diesel engine,
I can.
I can
I can
figure it
do
out.
it.
Bring it
Yeah.
in. Bring it in. Let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you.
Yeah.
And he also, I think a little bit drives his wife nuts. Like they'll be here on vacation and he's answering these phone calls because people can literally tell him. He'll be like, well, turn it on. Like, let me hear it. What noise is it making? You know? And he was his biggest raving fan. And then we were his biggest raving fan. And then the world is now his biggest raving fan.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I definitely, there's some like hiding in there that I'm doing that I need to.
You have some of that like not safe to be seen stuff that comes out?
I definitely for sure
Yeah.
have that. And it's getting better, but it's definitely there.
So like the nervous system energy work of need to like, okay, so I would add that to your homework. Like if I was your coach, I would work on the safe to be seen stuff.
So and it's weird because again, I think I told you earlier, like I'm really good one-on-one and I'm really good in a class. Like if I'm teaching, I have no issues telling people like this is what's going to help you, like do it. And yeah, I'm sure. And oh my gosh, and da da da. And I'm like have all this energy behind me. But if somebody approaches me, I'm always like, yeah, this is what I do. And it's very pulled back. And I had somebody even tell me that I went to some seminar thing a long time ago, and this guy asked me what I did, and he said like when you said what you did versus when you said how you did it and like what you found out from it or whatever, like what somebody had a reaction for it. He was like, your entire body language shifted and your light like lit up the entire area. And you need to do that at the beginning, not halfway through. I was like, okay.
I can even put that in the framework of, you know, when I was big in direct sales, I had the hardest time introducing myself. And people will be like, oh, what do you do? And I'd be like, oh, I'm a sales director with, you know, said Pink Cadillac company.
Yeah.
And then I started realizing, and I always was like, so awkward saying that because I'm like, you don't even know what that means. And they don't even know what that means. And now they think I just sell lipstick for a living, blah, 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 you know. And so then it moved to this thing where it's like, oh, well, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm in direct sales. I'm actually a leader in direct sales, and I help women make a lot of really good extra money for their family.
Yeah.
And I can full send that, right? So I think so like as your coach, I would say, I want you to really get deep in journaling tonight and figure out how to answer that question from this like full chest, full send position.
Yeah.
So if I say like, oh, hey, what do you do? You would, when I say like, what do you do? What I'm really asking you is, how can you make me feel better?
Yeah.
So if I said that to you, like I verbally said, what do you do? But what I really said, right? Because we don't give people what they need. We give people what they want.
Right.
And what they want is like, but how can you make me feel better? What can you give to me? What do you have for me? Because that's everybody, right?
Yeah.
So how would you actually answer that question? Like,
so if somebody said like, how would you make me feel better?
How could you make me feel better?
Oh, I'd say, well, you would come in and we would get nice and relaxed and create a safe environment. And then I would start moving around your body and helping you release tension and helping you move just energy and feelings. And you might even cry on the table, but it's going to be such a relief when you do that. And it's going to be different than just crying in your bed at night.
Yeah. So I would say through physical and emotional movements during sessions, I help you feel more peaceful.
Yeah.
Right? That's true.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like, because you got to say it, like, it is that, when they say 30 seconds, I'm like, you don't even get 30 seconds with people these days. You don't. Get like 8. Yeah. If you look at the algorithm and study your reels, you get like 3 to 8 seconds. So if somebody says, like, what do you do? Through physical and energetic movements, I help you feel more peaceful. And I would go, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Like, I want to feel more peaceful. Okay. So, like, is it like therapy? And you would be like, it feels like therapy maybe, but no, we're not going to necessarily talk about all your feelings. No, might just be physically moving you around, a little bit of energy work on my part. And I'd be like, well, how long is a session? And you would say,
an hour.
An hour. And I would go, how much is it? And you would say,
It's $120.
120. I mean, honestly, like there's just so much going on right now. And I don't even really know where to start. But like, what if I don't even know where to start? You would say.
It doesn't matter. We'll start where you need to.
And you'll just know where you should start with me?
Always.
Okay. I mean, I guess like when do you take appointments? And you would say,
I see people on Wednesdays and Sundays. Or sorry, Fridays and
I
Sundays.
see people on Sundays and Fridays. And I would say, oh, Fridays is actually like my me day. I would love to book a Friday. Can I do this Friday or next? And
Next
you would,
Friday, I've got openings.
there you go. And I would say, what time can I book next Friday? What do you got next Friday? And then you would book me right there. So
Yep.
I think some of it, I think you don't know what to say to the world and on social media. And I think you're falling short with getting more clients in networking groups and on social media because you don't actually know how to say what you're doing.
Right. Which is what I told you guys, like when it was my turn, I was like, I
Mhm.
don't know what to say, so I'm just going to teach you something.
Yes.
Because then you'll know what it
Wonderful.
feels like after you've worked with me.
But at the end of the
So,
day, you're helping people feel more at peace.
yes.
That's really because you've got to go to that was the hardest thing that I found when I took my business to social media was I was having I shouldn't say I was having a hard time. There's having a hard time and then there's having a zero conversion.
Yeah.
That's not a hard time. That's a what
No,
the
that's,
F, okay?
yeah.
God. Oh my. And I was going crazy. Like there was a zero conversion month after month. I had a zero conversion. And that's when I was like, okay, God, you need to help me. Cause like I swore I was supposed to go in this direction and this is not working.
This isn't helping. Yeah.
This is not helping. And that's when I created this unscripted series because I realized that for me to give away free coaching sessions where people get to come along on the journey and hear how I'm working with people for me and who I am, that was like the best thing for me to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so people go, oh my gosh, I want what that lady on that session got.
Yeah.
I want that, you know?
That makes sense. Yeah.
So I think it's like doing some videos with your clients. I think it's getting some client reviews. I think that you need to honestly, you need to practice. I hate saying practice your scripts, but
Yeah.
like I would say practice your scripts. Like, luckily we have this recorded, so you
Yes. I can go back and I can listen to it again and say that because I won't remember it right now.
yeah. Like, if you see how effortless and easy that was,
Yeah.
like, oh hey, what do you do? You know, through physical, emotional, and energy work, I help people feel more peaceful. Okay. Tell me more. Yeah. Like, I mean, and they might be like, well, like, how do you do that? And you go, honestly, it's just kind of something that you have to experience. Is it something you're interested in?
Yeah.
Like, I would flip it right back. Is that something you're interested in? Like, do you need to feel more relaxed? Do you need to feel more chill? Do you need to feel more whatever, right? And I think you could have a conversation with ChatGPT and it would also help you come up with more buzzwords that come
Would
up for
catch on
people.
to. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been experiencing a lot of people lately who don't know why they feel emotionally out of sorts, but they do feel emotionally out of sorts. And
There are so many.
and we know why. We know why. We won't get into that today, but you know what I mean? Like there's just a lot going on that's making people feel a lot out of sorts.
Yeah,
And
for
so
sure.
the biggest thing is like you don't have to get down in the dirty details with them because they're so desperate to feel better emotionally and physically and more. I think you help people become more physically aligned, feel more physically aligned. Because that really, right? That's a lot of it. And then it does trickle into like the emotional.
Yeah, well, I'd actually say the reverse. I usually help with the emotions first. We get them moving and then they start feeling
Mm,
physically better. So
yeah.
like I have people who come in with migraines and whatever, tension in their neck. And yes, we do a little bit of physical, but it's really about getting the energetic pathways open and
Yes.
moving because they haven't been.
But the
And
pain
when that
point,
happens, then the pain point starts to drop.
yeah.
But
But
the emotions have to
yes.
move first.
But the marketing pain point isn't their emotions because they don't think that they have
No,
time for
it's
the
the
emotions.
physical.
The
Yes.
marketing thing is I've got a migraine, I've got a chronic back pain, I've got sciatica flaring, so you need to go after that. So it's like when you're putting things out there. So, for the wellness center, we talk a lot about parasites and people are like, I don't have parasites. Nobody has, oh my gosh, gross, you have parasites. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are so naive. All of you have parasites. Every single one of you have parasites.
Everybody, we all do.
But nobody wants to claim that, own that, think that. So you know what we do instead? We post, are you experiencing these symptoms?
Yeah. Are you bloated? Do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this and this? Oh, well, come in and see us. We can help.
Yes. You know what? A great place to start to get to the bottom of that is you might have, P.S., you might have parasites. A great place to get to the bottom of that is muscle testing. You should come in for a muscle testing session. You should come in for a whatever you call it session, right? And so I do think that, I think that your marketing, you need to start with some pain points. So if I'm looking at all this, like homework that I'm looking at, I'm like, you need to get into the brain dump activity. You need to keep going on your safe to be seen work. You need to just practice your scripts so you feel really comfortable saying what you know you're supposed to say when you're supposed to say it. But it's also this, like I would post the pain and problem. Post the pain and problem. Are you experiencing ABC, XYZ?
Okay.
Because people don't book, I see this, like people don't book like the Hawkett ozone thing because the Hawkett ozone thing looks like a cool spaceship and it feels good and you have ozone. People book it because it's like, do you feel inflamed and lethargic and low energy and you need more energy and you have a lot of brain
Then
fog?
try this.
Yes, you should go do
this
the Hawkett.
oxygen.
Oh my gosh, book me for that thing. I don't even know what it is, but I have brain fog and I want to get rid of the brain fog.
Yeah.
So I want you to start thinking about the pain points and the problems and posting the pain points and the problems.
Okay.
So when I think about what you could do, this is what I'm like, okay, so one, you could go, okay, I have 15 minutes. Great. Grab a client review and post it.
Okay.
Just so you know, stories on social media are maintenance. They're maintaining and deepening connection with your current audience.
Mm-hmm.
Reels and posts are marketing to get new people following you.
Okay.
So you can post the same client crap over and over again.
Okay.
Okay? Like, go create 10 client review posts and 10 problem posts and 10 videos of you like doing a Q&A with someone. Okay. And there's 30 days and then just keep recycling that.
Over.
Okay?
Yeah.
Keep posting the same crap every single month. Nobody cares or knows. Mm-hmm. Also, even if the same people are seeing it, which they're not, by the way, they're definitely not. But even if they are, it's going to hit them at a different point today than it does in 30 days, which you know that, right?
Yeah.
So I would work on client review posts. I would work on pain point posts. And then I would work on your Q&A videos. Because you said you said to me you're really, really good in the Q&A.
I am. I don't do it very often, but when somebody comes up and starts asking me, I don't get flustered. I just am like, this is what we would do. This is how we would work on it.
So what I would do with that then is I would find somebody that you're really comfortable with and a friend that you could talk to. And I would, if I were you, I would literally just sit with them and be like, okay, ask me these questions. Like, you know, the questions that really get you going, right? Right.
Yeah.
So they're going to ask you these questions and there's going to be a camera just recording you. I do this with Kelly and Larry at Restore because they're like you. Because all y'all that are so talented with all this like energy work, you're not so good at just point blank being like, okay, talk about what?
Yeah, no, not at all.
Like, what? And so I will come to Kelly and Larry and I will say like, okay, people have been asking about ABC, XYZ. What have you been seeing a lot coming up with clients lately? And it'll be like, we've been seeing mold, we've been seeing parasites, we've been seeing increased spike protein, whatever. So it's like, what have you been seeing lately? So it's thinking about, well, what questions would you be so excited to answer right now? And work on that list of questions and then start recording those Q&A videos. Honestly, if you had an hour and you had sit down, create 5 questions, and then tell one of your kids to sit there and ask you the question, and you talk to them on the video and record it. I feel like you could do that.
Yeah, I could probably do that. I would. Yeah. Yeah. It takes me when I can sit down and talk to a camera, but I do better when there's a person there.
That's what I'm saying. No, you're talking to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a conversation with them or have a friend come over or whatever. Like once a month you could batch and, do this. Or if you have that hour pocket, maybe your husband's around and be like, oh my gosh, would you ask me this question? Or, jump
Well, it's funny you said that because he just said that. He's like, I am going to sit with you on Sundays. And we're going to do a little short video clip of me asking you a question and you're going to answer it because you have like all of this swirling knowledge that you never tell anybody unless they ask you. And I'm like, okay.
So you know what I think would be good to do is I think that you could create a a career task list by time and go, okay, so this is something I can do in 15 minutes. This takes me 30 minutes. This takes me 45 minutes. And this takes me an hour.
Yeah.
And think about what are just random tasks in your business that take 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and an hour, and have those just written out on a thing. So when you go, okay, I have 30 minutes, like what's one of the things I can do for my business right now that takes me 30 minutes? And then you go, oh, I could make a pain point post right now. Like what would be a great pain point? And then you go, okay, the last 5 clients I saw, what was wrong with them? Ooh, that's great. I'm going to bring that here and I'm going to type it and I'm going to make a carousel post out of it.
Okay.
You know,
I would have to learn how to do that, but yes, I could do that.
you can teach your kids on Canva. You can teach one of your kids to do it.
That's right.
I think that on, so getting your classes filled, do you normally get your classes filled pretty easily?
Again, it's kind of hit or miss because it just depends on how many people are seeing it. 98% of my stuff is all word of mouth. I've gotten almost nobody off of social media.
Yeah, me neither. Okay,
so it's like friends of friends or people who've said, oh my gosh, you got to try this because I felt so much better after one session, and they, give them my card or give them my name and phone number or whatever. So
yeah, so you could tell your networking group that you're having these classes. You could tell all of your clients. Do you have an email list?
Absolutely not.
Great.
No.
Okay, we're adding that to the homework. We're gonna get an email.
No. You don't want it? I absolutely hate email.
Okay.
Personally, I hate email.
I know.
So
I had this same thing with a client that I met with last week. It's the midlife client. And she's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want an email list. And I was like, okay, cool. So when you do write a book and you want people to know about the book, they're just supposed to find it on social media that they don't really watch.
Yeah.
Like consider the idea that you are doing a disservice to the people that actually want to know you're sending sense. I'm not saying send out a weekly thing. I'm not saying you need to send out a weekly email. I'm not saying you should even send out a monthly email. I'm saying
there's just an email list that I could use occasionally when I feel needed to.
I'm saying collect the frackin' emails. So when you have these classes, you can let us know. Like, I would want to know that you're having these classes. But honestly, I bet you if I'm not at the right networking meeting with you and I probably wouldn't see the social media post because I probably just wouldn't see it.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
It's just not happening like that. Like the algorithm would have to be perfect that at the moment you shared it to your stories, I saw it on your stories, and that for some reason it was in like right when I opened Instagram because I'm not really a scroller. So then I would have to hope to God that I saw it.
That makes sense. I avidly try not to check my email because I hate it. And so I hate that I hate subscribing to things because then I have to deal with them.
Well, I honestly though, every Monday is my get shit done day, On Mondays, I look at what are all the emails because I don't touch my email over the weekend. Like once I go to Pilates on Friday, I'm not looking at my email until Monday morning. And so when I go through my emails from all of those last days, I'm going, what have I subscribed to that I need to be unsubscribed to? I only get the exact emails that I want to get. So I do have a great relationship with email because I only get what I want to get. Right? Yeah, and again, I'm not saying you need to send a weekly, monthly, quarterly newsletter. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you need to be gathering these email lists because we do not own our followers, but we do own our email list.
Okay.
Like it's business 101. I have a client that I did a coaching thing with, the girl last week. Today's Tuesday. Right. Her episode was on Friday. She had hundreds of thousands of followers across all social media platforms. Long story short, she lost every single one of them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So imagine if she didn't have any emails. Right? If she had no emails, then her whole entire business just crashed and she has to start from zero.
Oh my gosh.
But if you have emails, you can blast out and go, holy smokes.
Okay. I had to restart my thing and blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Follow me all these places. And again, you got to remember the algorithm might love you and it might hate you. Like Emily Ann Gemma is my favorite person. And for some reason, the algorithm isn't letting me see her.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if I convince you, just like
I'll entertain the idea now.
entertain the idea, because I believe, like, I no offense, like, I feel like I deserve to be on your email list and know when you have these classes.
Okay.
And if we're not at the right networking group and I don't see it on social media, which I probably wouldn't, because it's just not how social media works, then I would never know.
Okay. All right. That I can begin to relax around that idea.
Yes. So I'm asking you to send maybe 3, and you would send, like, about these 2 classes, you would send 3 emails. You would send one letting me know what's happening, which I would go, oh, I want to go to that. And then you would send me another one reminding me that I need to get signed up. And I would be like, oh my gosh, can I go to that? I need to see if I can go to that. And then you would send me a third one saying, I only have this many spots left. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, dang it, I'm registering right now. Okay. So you do want to send like 3 emails per event, just as like, hey, just a reminder, because that's who we are as people.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Sales 101.
All right.
People, and if people don't want your emails, they'll unsubscribe.
Yeah.
It's a great feature.
It's a great feature. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm going to probably preface because I have to go. I have kid stuff today, but thank you. It feels good having talked through a lot of that, and I will brain dump and I will work on not hiding and the not elevator speech, but the elevator speech.
Yes, not elevator speech. Exactly. Well, all right, All Things Excellence fam, thank you for jumping along on this journey. I know a lot of you, this hit home for you. So if you need any help with this, you know where to find me, chelseadbc.com. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks for listening to All Things Excellence. If something landed with you today, I'd love for you to follow the show, share it with a friend, or leave a quick review. It helps more women find these transformational conversations. And if you're ready for support with your next step, or needing someone to stand in the gap with you to figure out what that even is, I'd love to create that space for you. And my intro clarity call is a great place to start, because life is too quick and too full to have to figure it out alone. Until next time, All Things Excellence fam, thank you for listening.